Welcome to the channel 7S26 Simon. Today we're going to take a look at Ottergram. So let's go ahead and register a user. Let's call it user 1. And first of all, I actually need to sign up with user 1. Let me do that just quickly. Sign up. There we go. So we're now in as user 1. And when I did this, I went into Burp Suite and I took a look at my post request. Over on here, I can see that the role was set to user. So I figured, okay, maybe I can become admin this way. So I sent it over to Repeater. As you can see, got a lot of tabs open. Spent a lot of time. Some of these are failed recordings, by the way. It wasn't all of these tabs, but yeah, it was quite a few of them. So I created a role and I called it admin and tried to register with this user. Let's call it user 2 and send. And sure enough, it came back, but it didn't come back as an admin. So I thought, okay, that's a problem, isn't it? So I essentially went over here into my profile area. And if I do a test, I'm just going to put role admin there just to make this easier. Let's hit save. If I go back into Burp Suite now and look in my history, what I realized is that I might be able to impact this this area here because it's updating the full name, and if it's updating my full name, maybe, just maybe. So I sent it over to Repeater and basically change that to role admin. Now, if I hit send, you'll see the profile updated successfully. So now, if I go back to the page, hit refresh, you'll see that I have indeed become an admin. And at this point, I thought, right, I must be really close to having the flag. You know, I can change other users to admins, I can delete users. Maybe it's a SQL injection. You know, I tried a whole bunch of different things. But then I went to the analytics page, and now I noticed on this page when you launch this, it does give you an error, and it talks about admin.js, and ultimately when you go into the proxy and you take a look at it, let me just refresh the analytics page. When you go to API admin analytics, you get an access denied. Okay, well, that kind of stumped me for a while. I was quite confused. I was wondering, okay, how do we solve this problem? I tried super admin, I tried a whole bunch of different things. And then somebody in the Discord group said, hey guys, you know, read the hint. And I went back and I read the hint and I thought, oh, it all makes sense. Okay, if the hint was something along the lines of that the developers have removed the admins. Well, if the developers have removed the admins, then all that's left is the developers, the devs. What happens if we... So I went back to Repeater, and I went back to the role, changed that to dev, and now it says the profile has updated successfully. Interesting. So, well, if it's updated successfully, maybe if I go do a GET request to my user 1 profile, yeah, I've been updated to dev. Okay, interesting. So now, what happens if I, let me go to this analytics page again. Let me send this to Repeater. And let me update the token. Just make sure, actually, that one is updated. Let me just hit send. and you'll see that the API admin analytics now gives you the flag at the bottom. So if anyone is running the tool, let me just request in browser, original session. There we go. So now what should happen if I just go back into Burp Suite, you'll see that the I've got the tool installed so that if I get a flag on several different CTF platforms, it will actually highlight it red, and as you can see at the bottom, you do indeed get the flag. So really, this was a case of two mass assignments. You used the first one of admin, and once you've got admin, you realised that there's another area which we cannot get access to. When you use the dev mass assignment, you can then get provided with a new token, which you can then use to get to API admin analytics and get the flag. So thanks for following this one, guys. Thanks for watching this one. And thanks for Alex for putting this one together. And thanks to everyone in the Discord. This was a really fun lab. We had a bit of collaboration going on with this one. So yeah, awesome stuff. Really good fun. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.